a forest so dangerous that even trained soldiers refused to enter. A place where travelers vanished, never to be seen again. The reason? A ruthless bandit whose name alone filled people with terror, Angulimala. It was said that once he spotted you, there was no escape. But one day something unbelievable happened. A lone monk, with no weapon, no guards, and no fear, walked straight into that deadly forest. People begged him to turn back. "Please don't go, death is waiting for you there." But the monk simply smiled. That monk was Gautama Buddha, and the man he was about to meet was the most feared killer in the entire kingdom. No one could have imagined that on this very day, compassion would stand face to face with violence, and in the end, it wouldn't be the sword that would win. The forest was silent. Massive ancient trees blocked the sunlight. A cold wind whispered through the leaves. Even the birds seemed afraid to sing. Every traveler who entered this forest walked with trembling feet, because everyone knew death could be hiding behind any tree. That death was Angulimala. People said he could outrun a horse. No soldier had ever managed to capture him. His sword never returned without blood. Parents frightened their children by saying, "Behave yourself, or Angulimala will come for you." But Angulimala had not always been a killer. Very few people knew that he was once a brilliant young student, intelligent, kind, and eager to learn. His teacher admired him more than anyone else. He had dreams, not violence, hope, not hatred, but sometimes all it takes is one lie, one betrayal, and one terrible decision to destroy everything. Some of the other students became jealous of him. They feared that one day he would become their teacher's greatest disciple. Slowly, they poisoned the teacher's mind with lies. Day after day, false accusations, whispers, and deception. Eventually, the teacher's trust was broken, and one terrible command changed Angulimala's destiny forever. Believing he was obeying his master, he stepped onto a path from which there seemed to be no return. With every act of violence, his heart grew colder. His name spread across the kingdom. People no longer remembered who he had once been. To everyone, he was simply Angulimala, the man who wore a garland of fingers. The king sent soldiers again and again, but none of them returned with success. The entire kingdom lived in fear. Then, news of this terrifying bandit reached Buddha. People folded their hands and pleaded, "He only knows how to kill." Buddha listened quietly. Then he smiled and said only one sentence. "As long as there is even a spark of humanity left within someone, they are worth meeting." And with those words, he began walking alone toward the darkest forest in the kingdom. Meanwhile, high above on a rocky cliff, Angulimala watched the narrow path below. Suddenly, he noticed a lone monk walking calmly through the forest. No fear, no hesitation, no attempt to run. Angulimala smiled. "Today's victim has come to me willingly." He gripped his sword and rushed down the mountain faster than ever before. But he had no idea that within the next few moments, his entire life was about to change forever.